In this video, we're going to look at the case study for inputting and analyzing numbers. A list of numbers for this problem must be input, processed, then analyzed. We could use a separate loop for each of these three steps, one for input, one for processing, and one for analysis. However, because the input and the processing don't affect each other, that is, the input occurs first, processing occurs second, but there's no interaction between the two, we can optimize this problem by creating a loop that has both steps in it. The third step, the analysis, where we determine if a number is greater than the average, must be done independently because we must input and sum all the numbers first before we take the average. And once we've taken the average, we have to, of course, be outside of the loop. So a second loop must be used. Minimizing the number of loops is a good technique for optimization. It's a good form. It minimizes the running time of a program. Good form also saves typing, that makes it easier on the programmer, enhances readability, that makes it easier on other programmers, it makes the program more flexible, and that usually means we don't have to change the program to handle related problems. So in this case, rather than hard coding the number of values to input, we ask for that number as a separate input. The prompt would be, how many numbers do you want to enter? We read that and we set up the array based on that, and then we loop inputting those values and updating the array elements. Analysis phase is using the old style for loop. I would recommend, as often as possible, use the enhanced for version, with the caveat that the declared number, the variable, as is a copy of the array element. No modification of the array element can occur this way. This is a read-only process, which determining if the value of the element is greater than average is. When possible, use the enhanced for. It's more flexible for containers, and often we do read only. However, we can't use it in the first case without using it awkwardly, because in the first loop's case, we are modifying the array element values. We assume they're initialized as 0, and as we input values, we modify those elements. We have to use the normal for loop, using it to compute indexes that we use as we're inputting, and then summing numbers.